Hey, folks, welcome to the CRAZYDRE Podcast Show. Again, this is time to talk about sports. It's Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you want to believe in. Great for you, great for us, and all of anyone else out in the world. Folks, it is time to talk about your daily sports. So much the things that are going on for Christmas and a couple of days before Christmas, and let's talk about it. So we're going to start talking about boxing or whatever you want to call this. Whatever you want to call this, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. One's a heavyweight champion, the other one is a YouTuber, famous, not really athlete, but uh, he has a size as an athlete. I personally think Jake Paul is going to be self-promoting himself to be like the next Hulk Hogan. So someone that's blonde hair, brown eye, blue eye, and people are just going kind of suck into his uh, self-promoting or what sports is now becoming. Sports is becoming more less of real talent and more of a fictional story, as you guys may follow the line of the WWE. Uh, and now this is becoming more of a routine thing of becoming a self-promoter, rock star, TV guy that Jake Paul has come up to. So a lot of us are getting sick of Jake Paul. And I think a lot of 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds are probably very motivated by his self-promotion. Okay. But I think that the rest of us who are over 30 years old, or at least 35, we, we've seen this before. We grew up watching the WWE or the WWF at the time with Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair, or the WCW, and we kind of just grew out of that era, right? But this is coming back. This self-promoting, this fake uh, sports is making a comeback. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul didn't get his face punched in. He broke two fractures on one side and one of the jaw and the other one on the other. That wasn't fake. But the result was obviously going to be fake, right? I think there's some word out there that there's a contract dispute that Jake Paul said that Anthony Joshua uh, did a wrongdoing for breaking his jaw and letting him get knocked out, or having Jake Paul get knocked out. There's a little dispute of what I actually try to look up to or look up at, but I feel like you had that coming, Jake Paul. But I think that you enjoy the center of the attention, and I think that eventually, when people realize that sports is becoming more and more like that, you're not going to be the only one doing it. So other people are going to start doing it, and then other people are going to start paying attention to the younger kids that start doing that, and you're going to be left in the dust. But isn't that what sports is about? Is entertaining for people who are not uh, scientists, doctors, physicians, or any type of high IQ motivated type of people. I think Jake Paul has probably got a higher IQ than most of his viewerships, because he knows that that's what the most people who are going to watch him are probably low IQ people who actually believe that he was going to be Anthony Joshua. Now, we all knew that Mike Tyson could have probably punched Jake Paul a couple times in the face and maybe not knocked him out, but maybe just, had Jake Paul thinking about that, the idea of being punched by Mike Tyson. But this is something that's just part of normal, a part of normal society, is that a lot of these kids will self-promote, uh, justify their behavior, and I don't know if they don't care. I don't know if Jake Paul cares that it's a fake uh, outcome. I don't. I just think that as a person, as a man, you want some self-respect for being a good, honorable person. But maybe we've gone past that. Maybe it's just over and done. So take it where you want to leave it. I've got to go to the next storyline, folks. I just gotta figure out what I want to talk about next. So I think that we're going to talk about the Christmas football, and I'm going backwards here. So we got this 8:15 game on Amazon uh, Prime, the Kansas City Chiefs against the Denver Broncos, and usually this is going to be the game of the night. But Mahomes is injured; he's got ACL injury. Uh, I think they're going with a third. They're going with a backup quarterback. That's the third round. I mean, it's not the backup, but the third guy down the line. And is it time for the NFL to give up on on holiday football or Christmas football? Is it time to give up the idea that this game's on Thursday? We already have a Thanksgiving game for every week, starting with the NFL, but then we also have a NFL Thanksgiving game with Detroit Lions and whoever, and Dallas Cowboys and whoever, and now they have the third game on Amazon or Netflix or whatever contract they're in. But this game has there's no question that the Broncos should win this game. And I think this is something that, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, do you want to watch your team stink on Christmas Day? Probably not. If you're a Denver Bronco fan, is this going to be the game that you really want to watch and stare at and just enjoy your time with your friends and family? I mean, that's something that you have to ask yourself. But I do think that sports itself is doing too much in itself. I mean, let's take a look at let's see here. Let's take a look at this game between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Look, folks, the Commanders are a horrible team. Dallas is not going to make the playoffs. That's a 1:00 game. Who's going to watch that game on Christmas? I'm not, because even though I'm not going to have friends and family around on Christmas, I usually don't ever get Christmas off. This is going to be something that's going to be different for me. I'm not going to watch that game. I don't even know what to do. I mean, you just go to the movies before watching the Detroit Lion games against Minnesota. But again, this is something that the players probably hate, because if you're in Dallas, if you're a NFL player and you have to play on Thanksgiving and Christmas, you're going away from your family. You're not around your loved ones. So it's just bonkers to see that this is a thing now. Now, if you look at the Detroit Lion game against Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy is out. We got Detroit Lions as safeties, D-backs, and cornerbacks, and whatever you want to call it. They're hurt. You got Branch is out, and Terry and Arnold is out, and you just can't have that. And the offensive line for Detroit is just hurting. I mean, it's just not good. So, I mean, what do you want us to watch? I mean, everyone knows that the Minnesota Vikings are not going to be in the playoffs, and you wonder if Justin Jefferson is really thinking about his contract, right? You got to really think about that guy, because now he sees why a couple of receivers left Minnesota, and now they got a J.J. McCarthy, and he's not really ready to be a starting quarterback. He has his moments, but he's not going to be your everyday guy yet, right? There's maybe some tweaks that he has got figured out, but he's got a bad hand now because he hit it on the helmet or fell on the ground and he busted his fingers up a little bit. So now you're basically at point A or box A with the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit Lions here, the only way that Detroit Lions can make the playoffs is how, folks? They have to win the last two games, so they have to beat the Minnesota Vikings, which they could possibly do it. They have to beat the Bears at the road as well, could possibly do that. But there's the idea that the Green Bay Packers are going to lose two games, one to Baltimore Ravens and one for Minnesota Vikings. I don't see them losing to Minnesota Vikings. I see them maybe losing to Baltimore, but you're going to have issues with that. However, if I was anyone around the NFL, I would probably end Thursday night football games because no one's watching them. No one really cares. It's too much football. The players don't have enough time to recover. It's just something that you just don't want to stare at all day. Even as a sports guy, we have to. If I'm in the state of Michigan, I still want to watch my Detroit Pistons. I want to try to watch my Detroit Red Wings. I want to watch other teams, and I don't want to be trying to watch the Detroit Lions at the same time of those other two teams. So it's not just hurting. This isn't just hurting Thursday football or NFL football. This is hurting other sports and genres out there too. So, and a lot of times we'll shift over from football to hockey. That's usually how it works. The NFL season ends, and then we watch the NHL, and that's just as much fun to watch the NHL because you can hit people, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I really wish that the NFL would stop the showcase on Thursdays or any holiday sports day. I know the NBA's got a bunch of boring games between Cavaliers and the Knicks. Maybe just maybe you'll see Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart give each other some love on the court or off the court. I don't know what you want to call that. But the Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder, that's a relatively boring game. Even though they're both good teams, they got great athletes. It's a good matchup. But I'm not from the state of Oklahoma, and I'm not from the state of San Antonio. So I don't even know why you're showing that game at 8 o'clock or 6 or 5. And then you got the Dallas and the Warriors. You got the Warriors. Golden State, they're old. Steph Curry's old. Green, he's basically an old fart that likes to fight people. Then you got the Rockets and the Lakers. You got Jovic, who's on that Lakers team, and no one cares about Jovic. Jovic doesn't even care about the NBA or even playing in LA. He'll probably rather be going home, right? And then you close it out with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. I'm not going to stay up late just to watch Christmas basketball. It's just not necessary. So there you go, folks. Come by. Follow me on Patreon. Lot of support. Find me on YouTube. Find me on Spotify. Find me on and Apple Podcasts or wherever you download your podcast. Peace, love. I'm out of here.